a song called Chunty.
Good evening. Welcome back to the CHUNTCAST. It's been a week, but I've been busy. Yep, busy indeed, coming up to the end of the year. I just want to touch on a few topics. I'll say a few, but I'm just going to use that as a ballpark, depending on how this rant goes this evening. I have been buying a lot of Transformers recently. There's no tangent or entry point for this conversation. That's how I'm starting it. I don't exactly know why. Goddamn, I have a problem. I'm not gonna lie. I've bought more Transformers in the last month or two than in my entire life. So just this week alone, I've had 4 arrive. Yeah, and a month ago I bought 1, and I've got another 6 on pre-order at the moment. That should start shipping this month. Yeah, and January at some point. Yeah, I wish I could really just pinpoint the reason. I think it's the introduction. There's this new Transformers Siege, War for Cybertron Siege toy line coming out. And holy shit, do they look amazing. Like, they never looked that good growing up or in the last decade from just keeping abreast of the franchise. And I was blown away by the designs and the molds and the detail. Couldn't believe it. And yeah, I was that blown away, or I was like, holy shit, I want these. So here I am. Yeah. And I think it was a mixture of not really buying myself much at all this year, getting done with moving and stuff, and I figured, fuck it, I'm going to treat myself. So I started ordering these things. And besides that, I think the real catalyst was my brother was buying some, and he's like, oh, look at this cool, I got this cool Transformer, look at this, it's rad. And I'm like, god damn it, that is really cool. I'm slightly jealous. And I think he was the one that sent me the first promo image of Optimus Prime from this new Siege toy line, and I was like, holy shit, far out, I need that. And yeah, I was a big fan of the games, the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron games. This has no correlation to those games at all. It just shares the same name. So they just finished a trilogy previously to this new toy line. Combiner Wars, Titans Return, and Power of the Primes, which coincided with the Machinima animated trilogy. There was a 3-part trilogy. I think there was like 10 or 11 episodes each or something. It was garbage. It was crap. Poorly paced. Voice work was crap. The story didn't make any sense even for a Transformers story. It was just incoherent, like completely. But I watched it anyway. It's all on YouTube. So yeah. Now, I don't know if there's any media relating to this new War for Cybertron toy line, but I hope so. But my god, these toys are awesome. I can't wait to get them in hand. Yeah, I've got 6 on the way on pre-order. So there's Optimus Prime, Megatron, Prowl, Sideswipe, Shockwave, and Ultra Magnus. There's a ton more in the first wave, but I'm going to restrict myself somewhat. But by the same token, I want to delve head in. So this is the start of a new trilogy, and each wave has Wait, how's it work? Each line, I'll call it, consists of 4 waves, if it's anything to go by from the previous trilogy series. So we're just about to get wave 1 hitting shelves, and I'm already going head first. And there's more. I've seen there's Starscream, there's Soundwave. They look amazing. Ironhide. All the promo images and video footage from exhibitions. God, they look so good. I don't regret it at all. Like, I'm actually excited. Like, this is the first time I've been excited for fucking toys. It's like since what? I don't know. I'm just looking around my room. What have I got? I haven't bought toys. Oh, probably the Power Rangers Legacy toy line. I was headfirst in that. They were adult collectibles, but the Legacy toy line was for adult collectibles, 1-to-1 scale prop replicas and all that kind of stuff. I was really excited during that line, but I've since moved on. I sold it all, unfortunately. I don't actually have any regrets selling that stuff. I had to at the time just because I was moving. This is a few years back, and I don't regret it really. I kept some key items, just like Megaforce and Gold Zeo stuff, but otherwise I sold everything else. Like, I had the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger morphers, the Gold Morpher for Tommy the Green Ranger. I had the Legacy Megazord, Dragonzord, Titanus. I had all that shit, communicators and stuff. Was it SH Figure Arts? I had those of some of the Rangers. I was going really, really, really well as far as building a bit of a collection there. But I don't regret it. They were expensive, man. All that stuff was expensive, so I'm actually quite happy I moved on. These Transformers are dirt cheap in comparison. You can get a deluxe figure. What is it, like 6 inches or something tall? I don't know. 6 inches. No, not 6 inches. Probably about 5 or something like that in robot form. I don't know. For $29 rather than spending like $60, $70 for an SH Figure Arts figure, or $80 for a Morpher, and it just goes up from there. Like, I think Titanus cost me $250 because they had die-cast. All this stuff had die-cast metal in it and all that. They were high-grade collectibles. So now I've scaled it right back to Transformers, like just legit toys. But God, they don't make them like that. Sorry, they didn't make them like this back in the day. Everything else previous to the Siege toy line, as far as I'm concerned, is trash. Really, like they look that good. Yeah. So anyway, that's a 33-year-old male talking about Transformers toys for about 8 minutes. So yeah, that's been my addiction lately. Besides pizza, and pizza, by God, I saw there was a news piece on Win News somewhere. They've just made a report saying that pizza is one of the most common addictions these days, apparently. I couldn't believe my eyes and ears, because holy shit, am I living that truth big time. I eat pizza so much, and it explains why I'm going to, I need help. Like, I need help and new clothes. Oh, it's shocking, mate. Like, when you're depressed for months and pizza is in there and it's just easy and affordable, you find yourself in a deep hole real quick. So that's where I've been at. But yeah, it's all right. 2019 around the corner, new year, new me. You know that bullshit mantra everybody tells themselves. Nah, that's all right. I'm feeling a lot better, like leagues better today and this week in particular about everything at the moment. Like, I feel better just for treating myself a bit. You know, rewarding myself for this year. Work's calmed down a lot. I don't feel half the reason I haven't uploaded as much on this channel is because of work, because I've just been pent up and stressed and frustrated and at work. I just don't feel like doing anything when I come home. I would just crash and just be pissed off all night, and I wouldn't play games. I would just watch YouTube or something. But since about the last couple of weeks, I've noticed a drastic difference. So I'm going to try and capitalize on this. I know it's coming up for Christmas and family dinners and food's going to be hectic, but I feel like I'm getting towards my old self and making a goal now to kind of redirect my efforts. Instead of being stressed and frustrated, I now have free mind space, if you want to call it that, to kind of put myself on the right track again. Because goddamn, I was going really well. Earlier on this year, holy shit, I was getting quite proud of myself. I was looking really good and getting like beefcake and everything. I've kind of let that slide a bit, but it won't take me long to bounce back. Anyway, so there's that. So shit, it's already 10 minutes and we've bounced from Transformers to my health issues. Speaking of health issues, yeah, I've noticed this lump on my leg. I'm probably making a big deal out of nothing. Like it definitely feels like there's something there under the skin. I'm a little concerned. I've spoken to a couple of people already about it. I'm trying not to stress about it until I've got something to stress about. But I have noticed that it's growing over time. It's not obvious until you feel it on my shin. It's definitely not like a strained muscle because goddamn, I know I haven't been doing exercise at all lately. Hopefully, yeah, it's probably just nothing. But I've got an appointment to get that checked, so not gonna lie, I've been doing some research on peg legs, so if it is benign or if it's nothing to worry about, I'll be slightly disappointed that I won't be getting myself a peg leg anytime soon. But hey, I get to keep my leg, so no big deal. We have to deal with our things as they come. Disappointments in all facets. But no, seriously, it's alright. So don't be surprised if there's a post or a video coming up soon going, holy fuck, bad news. Nah, it'll be fine. He tells himself with a slight tinge of denial. No. So I'm only like that because there's been some history in the family of like just cancer stuff. That's the only reason why I'm treating it half seriously and getting someone to look at it. Only because I've noticed it feels considerably different from about a month or so ago. So yeah, I'll keep you posted for those who give a shit. So the last thing I want to talk about, I'll try and keep this CHUNTCAST a little tighter, but I just watched the DC Comics CW annual crossover. Now, it was only the 3 shows this year, a 3-parter, not a 4-parter this year like it was in previous years. It's not always been a 4-parter, but it started off with Flash and Arrow doing a 2-parter some years back. I think the first 2 years were a 2-parter, and then there was a big 4-part Earth X, Crisis on Earth X or something, I believe it was called. Crisis on 2 Earths. I don't know. I can't remember. But that was good. That was a 4-parter. So you had an episode from each of the shows: Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, and DC Legends of Tomorrow. This year, however, it was just Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl. DC Legends of Tomorrow, they're doing their own thing. I haven't kept up with the shows, to be honest. The last 2 seasons I'm behind on each show. But I went out of my way to watch the crossover the last 3 nights on Fox 8. And look, it's my watch. What was it telling me? That's 9 o'clock. Yeah, where was I? Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I'm a tad disappointed. There was more Superman in this one. I have a problem with the Supergirl universe in CW. My God. Before I get there, look, I have no idea what state Arrow and the Flash are in, but it was good. I didn't feel like I missed a beat. Like, I just felt like I joined in on a new episode of whatever. Like, the characters were all there, still established. I feel like I didn't really miss out on anything, which means it was good. It's essentially its own contained story. They did hint to the outer worlds, of their respective parts. Their series. They hinted at, exactly. I guess for those that are current watchers would understand at what point these episodes take. But that wasn't for me. So, but I felt like I was still with the characters, if that means anything. Stephen Amell is Green Arrow, still good. Like I like him as Oliver Queen. He's a more those of you who don't watch the show, he's more of a darker Green Arrow. Like he was very dark in season 1. It was like Batman Begins, but they used Green Arrow instead of Batman at the time, and that they've gone on record saying that was the goal. So I'm not making that up. And the Flash was born out of the Arrow show, as was Supergirl was born out of a crossover with the Flash. So these shows just bounce off each other. And the cast of Legends of Tomorrow bounced in between all 3 shows for one way or another. But the newest iteration was Batwoman. That was cool. It had its moments. She wasn't in it a lot, but I have a feeling the way they set it up was to get her established in this universe and do an offshoot show depending on the reception. Yeah, look, God, I just totally blanked on her name. Something Rose? I don't know. Someone in the comments who gives a shit is gonna just rage on me, but I knew the name. I just watched the show, and I knew it before I pressed record. Now I've completely forgotten. All those Transformers talk got me excited. Yeah, anyway, you guys know who it is. If you've been following the hypocrisy and the controversy of her taking up the role and people flailing about on their Twitter handles like they have some kind of say in the matter, know who I'm talking about. But look, the costume, it was bang on representation of the comics. She had the long red wig. God, say that 3 times fast. I couldn't even say it twice. The bat suit was cool. They had the big red bat on her chest. That was awesome. Big red cape. Look, it was a good representation of the comic suit. I do wish that they modulated her voice like Ben Affleck's Batman when she was in the suit. When she's in the suit, she just sounds like Kate Kane out of the suit. Like you meet her in the ruins of Wayne Tower, and not spoiling anything if you guys want to go see it. I'm not going to explain what happens in that and why Batman's not around. That can be for your discovery. But I mean, her acting, it was pretty. I want to say suitable for the character. It was a bit cardboard, but I guess how else are you going to play a stoic, dark, brooding person? That's just how I took it. Look, I'd be interested. If they did a Batwoman show, I would probably be there for that. I just hope they don't go the route that Supergirl did. So I'm getting to the point where my disappointment in Superman is with the Supergirl show. Okay, so I skipped the last half of season 1 because it got too preachy. As in, I know the show's targeted more than likely towards the female audience and young girls and stuff to empower them. But they've done it at the risk of alienating longtime fans, male alike. So, I don't want to. I don't give a fuck. I was going to say I don't want to sound prejudiced or contrived or negative about its messaging, but it felt like every moment of that show was men are weak, women are powerful, women are better, women are stronger. Like the whole show, every male on that show was either dumb, a klutz, or had a lower kind of role. Or couldn't handle themselves under stress. Yet every woman around them was in control and in command and had the power and the authority, and that's fine. It's targeted towards a particular audience. But as a male, I was like, what the fuck? Come on. Are you telling me every bloke in this show is hopeless? Or every bloke in this world is useless? Even when Arrow and Flash teamed up, in her episodes, they were just bumbling fools almost. So that was a bit insulting. there is a way to showcase both strengths without showing one in a negative light, but whatever. And that's where the show lost me. Like, it had a lot of good positive messaging in Supergirl as far as minority representation, slaves, all that kind of stuff. What's the word? God, I'm losing my words tonight. But the suppression of the minority and having them being hidden and hunted and all that kind of stuff. Outcasts from society, and they touched on all that kind of stuff, and real topical matters. But anytime it came to genders or sex, it was always like, women are better, women are the best, women are stronger. It's so much so at the end of season 2. I don't give a fuck if I'm spoiling this for someone, but at the end of season 2, she's been looking up to Superman, her cousin Clark Kent, the whole two seasons, looking up to him the whole time. He's been around the block. He's been Superman for a number of years. He's a seasoned hero. He's got all his powers and abilities honed. He's reliable. But then end on season 2 where they fight each other due to some circumstance, plot device to make them conflict, and she ends up wiping the floor with him for some reason. He barely fought. He barely held his own. He was getting thrown about by this relatively new Supergirl. And I'm just sitting there going, what is this? What is this shit? I mean, I know in the comics they did hint that through odd comic book writing, which I'm not going to go in depth with, but they hinted that she has the potential to be more powerful than him because she grew up without the vices and restrictions that Clark grew up with as a kid to hide his powers. She never grew up with that, so when she arrived on Earth, that was just her. Like, it was just, she never had a reason to grow up that way. So she's got, I guess, more immediate access to her powers at a higher level. Like, she's not restricting her abilities as much as Superman would. Which that logic is understandable, and I think they use that in this show, but to Clark Kent and Superman's detriment. Superman has done some epic feats in the comics that I just don't think Supergirl could do. So much so, like, one of the most favorite ones in memory that I have is pushing this giant, near godlike being called Imperiex through time, straight to the beginning of time. Like, push him through a black hole of sorts. He took a sun dip. Superman dipped himself into the sun to super boost his powers, because he gets his powers from the sun, right? So he took a bath in the sun and came powering at this giant Imperiex being. If you think Galactus, but on a universal scale, and pushed him through this black hole type vortex through to the beginning of time, the Big Bang, just before the Big Bang, and left him there. So he died at the birth of the Big Bang, and Superman cruised back through the wormhole like it ain't no thing. I mean, that's a massive feat, just saying. And I know this isn't the comics, but come on. Superman, this is a budget show, obviously, but at the end of the episode where he gets his ass kicked, he stands up and gives this speech about how she's more powerful than him and he's always known it and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, fucking hell, what the fuck? Like, come on. I know this is geared towards women, but shit, I knew this was going to happen. When they announced Superman was making an appearance as a slight, regular on the show, it was going to be used as a platform to make her look better. And that's exactly what's happened. And here we go at the end of this crossover, which was a disappointment, by the way. The first episode was cool, like it was building up to something, and the monitor was there, and Flash and Arrow, they swap bodies, and they've got to figure out like why has reality distorted and all this kind of stuff, and they've got to figure out how to rewrite reality, and it's hard to explain within like 5 minutes. But the second episode really introduced Batwoman and Arkham Asylum and set up her little world amongst this overarching story. And at the end of the third episode, Clark Kent just this seasoned Superman hero was left with his jaw aghast, not knowing what to do, hopeless, didn't stand up to save the day. He was the last one left in rooms when everybody was coming up with plans, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, they're making him look completely useless. And here's, Supergirl going off doing her thing, taking charge, and I'm like, what's happening here? Even Lois Lane was bagging out all the boys, and particularly Clark Kent, talking down on the blokes. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for like women independence and, independent women don't need no man type bullshit, whatever. But fucking hell, get a grip. Like, men aren't fucking useless, alright? Anyway, so at the end of the episode, Superman's like, oh god, okay, like, I don't feel so bad about leaving the planet in your capable hands. And she's like, what do you mean? She goes, and he says, I've always known that you're more powerful than me, and today you really proved it. And now I'm going to go hang up my cape and disappear for a while and have a baby with Lois Lane out in space somewhere. And I'm thinking, what? What the hell? And he goes, yeah, the planet Earth is in your capable hands, in essential words. And, she's been doing it for 2 or 3 years now, on top of his lifetime. She's got a lot to learn. You can't just leave the planet in that capable hands when she struggles throughout her day-to-day villain of the week. I don't know. I was like, fuck off. God damn it. Shit. Like, I can only imagine they wrote him out because there were talks when they were putting Superman in the Supergirl show about Henry Cavill's contract. So the reason why you don't see Batman in these shows is because Warner Brothers want him as a movie-only thing. They don't want him to have his own TV show. That's why the Gotham TV series, he's never been Batman. He was a kid. They look like they're going to try and do a Smallville on the last episode of Gotham where he might put a Batsuit on just to end up the series. But that's the reason why you don't see Batman in a TV series at all. They'll name drop him, but that's about it. And there were contract talks about Henry Cavill's contract to play Superman further when they started introducing this Superman into Supergirl series. And that's been a couple of years now. So now they're ending this crossover, and there's talks of finalizing Henry Cavill's contract, if he's going to come back or not. But now they're writing out Superman, saying he'll be gone for a while. We'll see you in 9 months, Clark? Oh, no, actually, it might be longer than that. That was, word for word in the show tonight. So I'm thinking Warner Brothers are obviously keeping Superman ahead of that curve, like where they want to keep him as a premiere movie character. So I think that they might be doing recontracts. It's either going to be writing out Henry Cavill's contract or paying him out. He's got one more appearance, and that's what the hold-up has been. He's contracted to one more appearance on his current contract before renegotiations, right? So they're either doing that or they're going to cast someone else. So they're obviously keeping that ball, out in play. So we're saying goodbye to Superman TV for a while. So I'm thinking there might be an announcement coming soon for another Superman on the big screen, or Henry Cavill's next feature. Fingers crossed it's Henry Cavill, because holy fuck, I need that in my life. So yeah, I was pretty disappointed with this crossover as a Superman fan. I don't have a problem with other characters getting the spotlight, but fuck, you need to respect Superman. Seriously, you don't shit over that. Like, the perception of the character is already kind of damaged, which is sad to me, because Superman, if we live in a world where people think Superman is lame, that just speaks volumes of the state of the world that we're in right now. When you've got the big boy Blue Scout, the big boy Scout, whatever they call him, he's the best of the best. Like, he represents the best of us. He's the guy that will do what's right. And apparently it's uncool to be that guy. It's uncool to be the stand-up nice guy who'll do the right thing. I don't agree with that, and that troubles me sometimes. This is the kind of shit that keeps me up at night sometimes. If it's uncool to be the nice guy, if it's uncool to believe in doing the right thing, then just consider me uncool. That's what I'm going to say. Like if that's the kind of world that we live in, it's sad. I mean, this character Superman was born at a time of the Great Depression, World War II. Two Jewish creators built this character in the 1938, around that time frame. One of the most depressing, darkest times in modern history, and that's what he represented, the best of us. And if that's uncool now, like, that's just really sad to me, anyway. I'm sure there's a better way I can explain it, but it's just on the top of my head at the moment. It's getting late, but yeah. And to see what's happened to him as a character, what he represents, being sidelined essentially as weak or a fumbling, bumbling hero that doesn't quite know what he's doing, and everybody looks at him as if, like, what are you doing, mate? Like, it's just, fuck, I don't understand, man. I just don't get it. Like, anyway, slight diatribe, but yeah, I'm actually quite disappointed in this year's annual crossover. That, and for multiple reasons that I've just mentioned. I'm sure there'll be more as soon as I'm done talking about it tonight, but I literally just came in from watching the last episode and just wanted to vent a little. I was hoping that this crossover event would spawn? God, I've said born and spawn a lot tonight. Would spur me on to continue watching these other series. I'm never going to go back to Supergirl. It's lost me, that show. Flash, I think I got halfway through season 3 or 4, whatever they're up to now, with the Thinker and Elongated Man. It just got too much to be like a cartoon. And Iris West, the Flash's girlfriend / wife, keeps saying that we are the Flash. Like, the two of them make the Flash, not Barry Allen. I mean, Barry Allen is the Flash. He's always been the Flash on his own. But now they've written it into the series where he's incapable of clear thinking without her by his side. So therefore, we are the Flash. And like, see, it's just another example of a man can't stand on his own 2 feet without a powerful woman by his side. Like, that's how couples work. I understand. That's, the respectable, powerful couples bounce off each other and support each other. I understand that. But he's the fucking Flash. He's the one doing the running around in this show. not Iris, for fuck's sake. Just, be there when he needs you, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh my god, Chris, that's so chauvinistic. Jeez. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Probably going to get myself in some trouble with certain listeners, but whatever. Just off the cuff. I don't know. I'm just irritated and frustrated by these shows, more than I imagined I thought I'd be. I guess I'm annoyed because they're good escapism, and I don't like having topical moments pushed in my face or agendas pushed in my face while I'm trying to escape watching these shows about superheroes. I completely understand and will always admit that comic books have always reflected the times that they're in. They always have done. They've been topical as far as like AIDS and drug addiction and stuff over the years, homosexuality, racism. Like, they've always been topical and reinterpreted the real world into a more digestible format. That's where some of the best stories have come from. Even, underlying superheroics. I'm not discounting that at all, but come on. Anyway. Yeah, so I think Black Lightning's really good, by the way. Holy shit. I haven't even spoken about Black Lightning. That's really good. Yeah, I recommend that show. Season 2 is getting really good. I the first season was campy in some areas, but this one they've gotten a bit more. They know what they're doing now. Again, very topical, but not. It doesn't beat you over the head with it like these other shows do. It's really, really good. So I recommend that. Yeah. So, God, yeah, it's quite disjointed. Look, I don't have a clear thought. I've got so many things going through my head that I want to talk about. With what's pissed me off about this crossover. Again, the main reason I think I'm more annoyed is because I thought it would rekindle my efforts to try and catch up on these shows and watch them. Like they're both coming back live in January 20th. I think they start again. So that's what I mean. I was hoping that, yeah, look, cool. Something else of my interests I can escape on, a couple of weeknights a week, and now I was like, nah, fuck, I'm done. Nope. I'm good. Oh, I'm just going to stick by myself playing with my toys in a dark corner. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, and I bought Dragon Ball Fighterz. I got that on a discount from the Game Awards discount time period. I got it for 60% off. I jumped at the chance because I've wanted to play that game for ages. Again, yet another disappointment. I was going to do a separate review on this, but I'll just throw it in here since I'm talking about disappointments. Visually stunning. Voice actors are all back. Stunning. Enjoyable to listen to. Gameplay, it's far too button mashy. It almost plays itself. You can just smash the buttons and you'll see a massive combo unfold. There's Street Fighter like moves, like super moves, and that's cool. I don't mind doing that. You can have a match in under 30 seconds. It's really quick. I am underwhelmed. I'm not going to lie. I always wanted to play it. And then it won an award at the Game Awards for Best Fighter or something. And I was like, oh, fuck, yeah, okay, I really should just buy this. And then they're like, yeah, all the games you see tonight are on sale on your respective online stores, blah, blah, blah. I was like, sweet, had a look, 60% off, fuck, okay, I got it for like $30-something. And I started playing it. I played it for 3 or 4 hours, just trying to get through the story. That's the only reason why I'm playing it at the moment, because I want to get through the story. The cutscenes are animated really well. There's a lot of care in there, and the character models are the best character models in any Dragon Ball game. There's a lot to like. It's fun, but yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. I expected to be wowed, I guess, just by the praise that this game's got the last year or so it's been out. Has it been out a year, has it? Yeah. Well, this year, early, maybe? I don't know. This year's just gone on so long, and I can't believe it's finally coming to an end. Yeah, I don't know. That's my slight impressions / review of Dragon Ball Fighterz. I must say the only reason why I'm compelled to play it continuously at the moment, or to continue forward, not continuously, is just to progress through the chapters, which is getting a bit tedious. It's like a board game type layout where you've got to just fight random clones of your characters until you get to a boss character that you need to fight to unlock the next part of the story. So it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, what else do you do for a fighting game? I mean, NetherRealm Studios have it down on lock, man, for a fighting game story mode campaign. Holy shit. God, you play Injustice 1 and 2 and MK9 and 10, and that's how you do a fighting game campaign. And it looks like they're going to top themselves again with MK11. So yeah, I don't know. God, there's a lot of disappointment. I started off really strong, being excited and positive about Transformers toys. And then I got stuck into talking about my disappointment with CW DC TV shows. And Dragon Ball Fighterz. So sorry to end this on a downer. But hey, I've got the Dinobots over here, and they transform and they combine into a giant combiner called Volcanicus. So that's pretty cool, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Every female in a 100k radius just dried up and became barren. Nice. Anyway, yeah, so my name's Uncle Chunt. Thanks for listening tonight. Thanks for letting me rant. Those of you who are still here at the end of this, thank you in particular. Yeah, if you don't hear from me before the end of the year, thank you for those that are stuck around on my channel and realize, holy shit, he's actually posted something again. I appreciate it. I haven't dropped too many since I've moved a couple times this year. I haven't lost too many subscribers, and I know the algorithm just doesn't give a shit about me because I'm not frequent or uploading much at all, but I don't give a fuck. Yeah, so thanks again anyway. You guys already probably know, but Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, just Uncle Chunt, you'll find me there. Yeah, so toodle-oos until next time. It'll be Christmas or New Year's by the time I come back, I think, so don't expect another CHUNTCAST. I know I've only just started again, probably the wrong time, starting at the end of the year, but you know, whatever. There's no method to my madness at the moment. Let me just get to 2019, okay, and we can take it from there. So yeah, thanks again. I've said thanks to you tonight more than I've said thanks to anyone else recently, which is really weird. Yeah, catch you in 2019. Fuck me.